Trust my camera to fucking absolutely lose its mind as soon as I go live. Fucking typical, innit? These fucking Logitech cameras. Come on, focus, you bastard. Seriously, I've literally gone live and it's fucking gone to shite already. Focus, focus. Oh, come on, you stupid knob. Fucking focus. Well, this is wonderful, isn't it? You can't see me, kind of. Are you going to focus, camera, please? Please? Camera? Focus? Someone? It was all crystal clear like a second ago. As soon as I press go live, it's gone to fucking shite. I don't know how to fucking sort this out. How am I gonna sort this out? Stupid camera. Oh my god. Fucking stupid camera, man. You get right up to the camera. Are you gonna focus, camera, or are you gonna be a knob? Someone someone get this camera to focus. Please. Motherfucker. Literally, guys, literally, if you can hear me, hopefully you can hear me. I got a new mic. I hope you can hear me. I got a new mic. So why is seriously, I can literally go on a video call with my friend for about 3 hours and my camera's fine. Literally, the camera was as crystal clear as you can fucking get it. As soon as I go, let's go live, mates. Let's fucking go, dickhead lives. It wants to fucking go like this. Oh, this is pissing me off. Is there any way? Anyway, just sort this out. Come on, camera. You can fucking do it, camera. Seriously. Serious, camera. Sit. Oh my god. This is so annoying. Let's try that. No, it didn't work. It didn't do that. Motherfucker. Oh, this is a bastard. I've tried making it more blurry. It's like it's Vaseline on the screen. It's like the Nintendo Switch when you're playing Doom 2016. My goodness. Come on, camera. Look, you see my hands? It's focused on my hand, right? Look, the definition of my gross pores. I'll take my hands away. Do you think my critic friend is fucking it up? Shall I turn him away so it can actually... I'll turn him away. Maybe... Yeah, it's a fucking eye toy, Wayno. You are right. What is going on with this? What is happening with this? Hello? Honestly. Oh, wait. Is it coming back? I'm not as blurry now. Oh, well. Yeah, but turning it on and off is like annoying because I've literally pressed let's go stream and it's like, well, if you're gonna stream, dickhead, I'm gonna fucking not be focused. Anyway, blurry me is here to not see because I'm blurry. Let's just say hello to people. Wayne, another normal Yorkshireman, welcome to the show. Yes, I am the blurry man. Birdie Love, welcome to the stream. Move the camera forward. I can't. It's attached to my monitor, unfortunately. Andrew, welcome to the stream. Yep, I'm blurry, of course. Access Area 6, I really appreciate you joining the stream, man. Thanks so much. Welcome to the stream. The audio's good. I'm glad. Awesome. James, welcome to the stream. Awesome. The audio's good. Wayno, welcome to the stream. You're not going blind. The camera is losing its shit. And I've noticed with these Logitech cameras, this is like the best-selling Logitech camera going, right? It's everyone's go-to webcam. And I've never had issues with it going blurry. I've seen my friends have issues with a similar camera or the same webcam going blurry. This is the first time. It's the first time it shit the bed in the fucking, I don't know, 8 years I've had it. So annoying. So annoying. Yeah, at least the audio's good. Great. I got a new mic, so I'm hoping it, because I was using my webcam's mic, and when I ever go on the replays just to go, let's hear how bad this stream is, it sounded all, I thought our previous stream sounded bad, so I'm I'm kind of the same way where I could take low resolution video and have good audio rather than the other way around. I don't think I could deal with bad audio but good video. Anyway, blurry me today. I'm sorry. Hopefully it corrects itself. I'm hoping it does. Because it was perfectly fine before I pressed go live. I think pressing go live has absolutely made it shit the bed. Maybe it's got stage fright today. Maybe my webcam's got stage fright. Maybe. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Love live chats. We all love the live chats, man. It's all fun. It's all fine. Yeah, I've tried to wipe it. It just looks like the Doom 2016 on the Switch with fucking Vaseline smeared over it. It's an EyeToy. It changed. It did, and then it just decided not to get any better. But if I put my hand in front of it, it focuses on my hand. Okay, now it's like unsure what to do. Is it a hand or is it a face? Nobody knows. Oh wait, have we got it? No, not quite. It's getting there though. It's not quite there. Almost there. I think my face just broke it. I think he's just sick of seeing me. It's like, you again. N64 graphics. I mean, yeah, definitely. Donald, welcome to the stream. I was just about to say, are you using the Kinect? No, the Kinect is using me, apparently. When you moved it, it changed. Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit better as I did that. A little bit. Maybe. It's like I'm using the Force. Like, oh, there we go. Whoa! It's fixed itself. Whoa! Donna said, to be fair, with my eyes, there's not much difference. Yeah, I have to wear glasses majority of the time. The reason why I don't on videos and in this stream is because I hate, like, you can see my monitor. I hate it. I have to not wear them during these streams and making videos. Boom. It might focus more if you move those northern lashes to the left. What? Eh? Where? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? What? What are you talking about, man? If you squint. Yeah. It's like post-conversion 3D is what it is. If a squint to really see the things popping out the screen. Because they're usually shit. I haven't removed the figures. They're still there. And they're fine. The my two Krites. This is the artist sent me a new one because the one there is damaged. They look cool though. I fucking love critters, so I'm super happy about those. No theme. I just wanted to jump on and just talk to people because I'm lonely. To be honest, it's been a good evening, right? So I had band practice at 5 o'clock. I had band practice. Went and got a kebab for dinner. Had a beer. Played some Rise of the Ronin, which is my favourite game at the moment. And I was like, you know what? I actually fancy jumping on stream. I've gotten back into just jumping on, just chatting bollocks, and you all seem to like me chatting bollocks. So here we go, bollocks. Blindness, yes, Donald is. Everyone's blind, unfortunately. Critters, it's the best. Critters are the best, man. I fucking love critters so much. Boom, sorted. All good. See, when this camera works, it's actually a really good webcam. Like, it's actually really good. I can't knock it. I've had it for about, like I said, probably about 8 years or so. Maybe a bit less than that, but where am I going? It's all sorted. Yeah, sorted. Glitch in the Matrix. Yeah, probably. Critters, he means. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I don't understand certain references when he talks Northern lingo. I'm down the south. I don't get it. I don't get it, Wayne. I don't get your Yorkshire terminology. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about. Live chats are great. I'm thinking of doing one. It's been a while. You should do it. I'll be jumping on when you do it. If I'm not at work, hopefully. Is that a Freddy t-shirt? Yeah, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. The weirdest things you can get in Primark these days. Fucking Nightmare on Elm Street t-shirts. It's fucking weird. Like, they got all sorts of stuff. Simon says, so the theme is bollocks. That's a different website. I mean, it is. But when you speak it so fluently like I do, it's on brand here at Command and Console. What's the name of the band? We are called NFG. It's kind of stylized NXFXG. We're like a hardcore punk band. We're from like the London area. Just aggressive, fast riffs, D-beat drums, just intense. The songs are like 50 seconds to a minute long. It's just like to the point, just brutal aggression. I love it. It's great. I play drums in the band in myself. I love it. It's great. We got a gig on this Friday actually coming up in London. That's going to be sick. We've got a new lineup, so it's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Robert Bounty, welcome to the stream. I haven't spoken to you in ages. How you been, man? Hope you're doing well. Resident Evil 9, hell yes, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that game. Birdie, oh, fuck's sake. I'm just going to call you Birdie from now on because it's really awkward, man. I can't talk. If you can't tell, I'm shit at talking, guys. I cannot talk for love or money. So what's your plans forward till Christmas arrives? I don't really make plans, though. I don't know. I just get on with stuff. I don't really particularly like Christmas. I'm not really a Christmas person. I lost my dad in 2020 to cancer, so Christmas hasn't really been the same. He was kind of the life of Christmas for the family. He would like stay up until like 2 in the morning just cooking the food on Christmas Eve, like just going mad basically. But yeah, not really a Christmas person. I work in retail as well, so it's just gonna be shit. It's gonna suck as well. So yeah, Christmas in retail is not fun, and I don't recommend it. Can't wait for Resi 6. Yeah, fucking Resi 9. Resi 6, what am I talking about? Resi 9, yeah, can't wait, man. Jamie, welcome to the stream, my friend. Good evening, mate. I hope you're doing well. Love the Krites. Yes, the Krites. Everyone loves the Krites. They're the best. Just don't let them bite your hand off. Andy says, top 3 punk bands of all time. Fun fact, I'm not really into punk personally, like as a genre. It's not my go-to. The singer and the guitar and the bass player, sorry, they're the guys that are really into the punk scene. I just happened to be able to play the drums that they wanted, so I joined, and we're good. But yeah, it's like thrashy, fast riffs, D beat drums. It's all fun. If I was gonna pick one punk band that I really like, is The Exploited. I think they're great. They've got a great guitar tone, like fucking aggressive as hell. It's awesome. One entire camera, welcome to the stream. It's going well, man. I'm having a pretty good Saturday. It's been a pretty good fucking, like, a good day. Donald says, my first question, now you're coming back on collecting, are there any games or consoles you need before you quit, or are you done for older stuff? Now, I'm going to the Brighton Retro and Video Games Show, or convention, whatever it's called, market. Brighton Retro Video Game Market. I've saved a bit of money up for that. So my brain is in this mode of like, shall we go for a new console? But space is making me wonder whether it's a good idea, because with a new console, it means I'm gonna go after the games, obviously. I would love to collect N64 boxed, but boxed Nintendo is stupid money, so I'm kind of swaying away from that idea, because I might as well just emulate at that point. Personally, I might learn to figure out how to emulate that stuff rather than paying, multiple organs worth of fucking money to buy these games. The other console is near and dear to my heart, which I don't have. I used to have it as a kid, don't have it now. It's the Sega Dreamcast. So I'm looking at that, but obviously with Dreamcast, finding a machine that works, because their lasers in those were utter shit when they came out. So looking into that is going to be interesting. I don't really know what the general prices of those consoles are, and also I know some of the games that I do want for that console are really expensive. So it's just juggling my budget, what I really want to collect for it, and whether it's worth the space and the money that I'm gonna have to put down on it. I haven't made my mind up yet, but yeah, I haven't completely stopped collecting. Um, I'm just trying to slow down because obviously, like, we've got the new conservatory being built, and I am literally running out of space. Um, but yeah, the Dreamcast would be the answer to that question. Long-winded answer. Short answer is that one long-winded answer would be Dreamcast. Wayne says, on a different note, I had a sweet CX trip today. Turned £12 charity shop finds into £132 vouchers. More PS1 games orders. That's amazing. Charity shops are shit where I am from. They have fucking nothing but FIFAs and just utter shit, really. So I bet down there where you're from, man, down in Cornwall, people are just giving away crazy stuff that is worth money and they don't even know. It's weird. Like, yeah, like charity shops around here are utter shit. The best thing I found in a charity shop, the best thing I ever found in a charity shop was a Pokemon game for £1 on 3DS, and I think I got like 30 quid for it. That's probably the best find I ever had in a charity shop, and I've never ever found anything that good since. Like, it's just, I guess, luck of the draw, luck of the find, I suppose. I always look in charity shops just in case, is today the day that I find something good. But I'm never that good. Like, yeah, that's like what, over 10 times your money, easy. That's mad. Good for you, man. That's good for you. Like, I can imagine PS1 isn't cheap, so anything to slice off a bit of that cost is always good, right? Robert Fett says Leon needs to be in it in Resi 9. I'm guessing. I don't think. I think it's been confirmed that he's not in it. It's just going to be Grace Ashcroft and her mother that you play. From what I've read, I could be reading or watching YouTube channels that are only talking about rumor, but from what I've heard, it's just going to be Grace and the other Ashcroft from Outbreak, which I don't really know the behinds of the character, so to speak. Wayne Tycoon says, also, what are the weird figures, statues behind you? Or these? The critters. Are you talking? You must be talking about the critters. There's a film series called Critters. The first film in particular is my favorite film of all time. I absolutely adore it. I've seen it more times than I even can count. And ever since I was a kid, I think I saw Critters 3 for the first time when I was like 6. That was the first one I saw. And I've grown up, I watched the rest, obviously. Critters 1's my favourite film of all time. And yeah, this is a replica that I ordered 6 years ago that I finally got this year. It's made by using the moulds from Critters 2. And it's awesome. I fucking love it. I paid way too much money for it, but I think it's worth every penny. I was originally sent this guy, but it arrived damaged, so the artist was kind enough to send me a replacement, which is 100% better. The quality difference is night and day, in my opinion, for these. But yeah, the film series is called Critters. They're like, this is the actual size of them in the movie, so this is like life size, screen accurate from the movie. They're pretty much space porcupines with a mouth for the teeth that want to eat everything. So go and watch Critters, man. It's awesome. I fucking love it. Birdie Love says, I have given up Facebook Market too. Too many newbie resellers keep charging extra. They increase prices 3 times on whatever items that's it, whatever you said in a day. Cover my back. I've never ever. I fucking hate my favorite Facebook Marketplace. The amount of times I've tried just to like sell something for super cheap. Like I had that old drum kit that was still in pretty good nick, and I had no use for it. I put it up on Facebook Marketplace for like 25 quid, like nothing. I paid like 200 quid for it, and I'm putting it up there for nothing. And people are like, "Oh yeah, I'll get it. When can I come and get it?" I go, well, "You can come and get it here," and I'll give them my postcode, and then I won't hear from them ever again. The amount of people that say they want to buy your shit and then just don't and just ignore it and just ghost you is a pain in the ass. And the people that you're trying to buy stuff off of just give you rigmarole. Like the biggest red flag on Facebook Marketplace for me is when I want to go through, I want to pay with PayPal goods and services, and they go, no, you've got to pay me through PayPal, friends and family. Friends and family, that's a red flag. That's a scammer. That is. That's something. For me, in my opinion, I know they got fees to pay, but if you know you got fees to pay, add them to the price of the item, and let people pay via PayPal using goods and services, because then you're protected by any old bullshit that these people want to throw your way, basically. So I've had so much shit with fucking Facebook Marketplace. I never used the service. I haven't used it in about, I don't know, however long it's been going. I've barely used it, basically, because it's nothing but headache, nothing but fucking ball ache. And yeah, I would recommend everyone not to use it unless in your area it's a bit more forgiving. But around here, like in the London area, just fucking loads of people just fucking about on this shit. Christmas isn't the same anymore for anyone. Yeah, I definitely agree there. Um, Especially with our government in place. I won't go into any more government talk, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Angry Retro Gamer says those critter statues are awesome. Yeah, I love them. They're fucking awesome. They're made with latex, so they're like proper sturdy and stuff. They're sick. And he's nodding. He agrees. They're awesome. Wayne says, I only like Christmas for my kids now. Other than that, I just eat loads of crap. Yeah, I don't have kids, but I have nephews. So it's all about, making sure my nephews have a good time, And yeah, I look forward to the food as well. I love my food. So my family's actually going out for Christmas dinner for the first time ever at Christmas. I do feel a bit guilty though, because I feel about like, the people that have got to fucking work at these restaurants on Christmas Day. It's a bit of a piss take, but my family's already booked it, so I guess I can just secretly feel guilty and still go and still eat all the food. Private Reno says they did Mortal Kombat collection, but was missing them 3D ones, PS2 versions that would have been great. Wish they would do a Resident Evil collection. I've seen a lot of negativity going towards that Mortal Kombat collection, hence why I haven't bought it. Because I love Mortal Kombat 4, so I was really excited to play that. But apparently, that particular game in that collection is the one that has the worst problems. So I might hold back until it's completely patched to hell and hopefully gets a bit cheaper and pick it up. A Resi collection, we can fucking dream, man. But Capcom have come out recently and said that they think the remakes are superior. I mean, you can have both. You can have both. They're both the remakes are great and the originals are bona fide classics. You can have both. It's not about having one over the other. And I feel like I don't understand why Capcom wouldn't release the originals in a collection, because it'll sell fucking gangbusters. It really would. But corporations are going to cooperate, I guess. Whatever that means. Whatever made up shitty fucking sentence I just made up. Accessory 6 says, yeah, Christmas doesn't seem to matter as much these days. I just find Christmas, it's just all about, the big companies going spend, give us all your money, spend, and it's like, you could have a really good Christmas and not spend barely anything, right? You really could. You really could have a cheap Christmas, but I feel like we're almost like we're socially engineered to spend loads of money at Christmas. That's why you get all the big game releases around Christmas time, because everyone's buying gifts for everybody. I'm not saying don't buy gifts for everybody, but I feel like it's a thing where it's like you can pretty much do a cheap Christmas if you wanted to, but I feel like people like to go a bit mad. Maybe Christmas is almost like a license for people just to indulge a little bit, which is fine. It's good to indulge in yourself and into your your loved ones from time to time. But yeah, Donald says Christmas gets better when you get older, or at least that's for me. That's fair enough, man. Like I said, I'm fortunate to still have my family. You know, my mum, my sister, my brother, and I've had Christmas with them my whole life. You know, I live with my mum and my brother, so it's I'm pretty fortunate. I know there's a lot more unfortunate people in more unfortunate situations. Um, Prophet Rhino says, I enjoy Christmas food, but I only ever get Christmas date off work. My work's a bit funny, so I work at Greg's, and they usually put up the 4 big days at Christmas are Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day, and they usually say like, pick what days you want to work, and we'll try and facilitate it. There's no guarantees. So I don't like working Boxing Day, so I usually agree to work Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day because I don't give a shit about New Year's. So hopefully I'll get it this time this year. Hopefully I'll get Boxing Day off this year. I'm hoping because it'd be nice. Um, just to not have to worry about going into work the next day. I know lots. I know lots of people don't get that luxury. I remember my old job. I used to work at a warehouse. They used to literally. We used to be the warehouse used to be closed over Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. So it was nice to have like a 3 day stretch. But in retail, it's like we can't even book holiday in December. Fortunately, I've got this week off, so I've planned some holiday before the Christmas rush. James says, "What games are you looking to buy in the near future?" That's a question. I think I spoke to another normal Yorkshireman about this in the message. I'm the kind of person where like I don't really know what I want until I see it in the wild and thought, actually, I want that. You know what I mean? Like it will spark something in my brain where I'm like, oh yeah, I want that game. So it's not like I've made a particular list. I used to have a list, but my collecting went a bit mental, and I just discarded the list because I was like, well, I'm going a bit mad. So why do I need this list for? But now it's more about just going out to CX or whatever, and just seeing what's there and what I actually want to play, and I might buy that. And that's how it is at the moment. When it concerns retro collecting, I've kind of pretty much nearly got everything I want. Every major game that I've wanted in terms of retro. Obviously not including consoles I don't own, obviously. But when it concerns like PS2 and 360, the two big consoles that I love to pieces, I think I've got nearly everything I wanted for those, which is pretty good. I think I've done pretty well in 2 years, to be honest, to get a collection that I actually am happy with. Where am I going? No, I want to speak about more games I want to buy in the future. See, do you mean like games like any games? It could be old, could be new. Obviously, Resident Evil 6 a big one. I keep saying Resident Evil 6. Fucking hell, twat. Resident Evil 9. It's because I spoke about Resident Evil 6 in a recent video. That's probably why I'm fucking up. Resident Evil 9 is a big one. The new Onimusha, I can't wait. I've been begging for Capcom to do Onimusha again. Can't wait for Onimusha. It's going to be sick. I don't want it to be a Dark Souls. They can fuck off if it's going to be a Dark Souls clone. Please don't be a Souls-like. Please. Just be an awesome action samurai game that you just kill demons. Please. Just be simple, guys. It needs to be simple. The trailers look promising, though. I don't even know what's... I really lose track of what's coming out, to be honest. Because usually I don't usually get to games straight away either, so it's like, yeah, I usually get to games very late. Other than like certain exceptions when they're like big games that I can't miss out when they come out, like obviously Resident Evils, and I've always said this from time, I've said this, since day one. As soon as The Last of Us Part 3 comes out, I'm there day one. I fucking love that series. Yeah, like I said, like New Onimusha, I got to buy that. But yeah, I don't really get to new games straight away. Like Rise of the Ronin, I'm still playing it. I'm like 45 hours in, and that came out last year, and I bought it in March, but I've only just got to playing it, and it's like might be my favorite game on PS5 at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what I don't really plan what games I buy or expect to buy in the future. I'm just like usually I'm quite impulsive in that regard. Like I just just see something, I'll be like, I want that game, and I'll just buy it. Or if I've got credit, I'll buy it. I don't always buy stuff with cash if I can help it. I usually try and do trade-ins and stuff. Wayne says, there's never any game conventions down here in Cornwall. Nearest is Bristol, and that's a 7-hour road trip. Unfortunately, fucking hell, that's brutal. That's kind of similar to here. Like, there's no car boot sales here. There's a fellow collector. Sorry, there's a fellow collector called Dan the Games Man, and his video, he goes in the summer, he goes to all the the car boots, and I'm just like, man, I fucking wish I could go to car boots. Like, there's nothing around me anywhere local, and I don't drive, so I can't get to anywhere fairly simply anyway. So the game conventions are probably best bet for me. Yeah, like Brighton is like a 2 hour train trip, still quite long, but it's not as long as what you just said, like 7 hours away. Fuck that. Action06 says, love those critters sat next to you. They're sick. Everyone's bigging up the Krites today. I love it. It's awesome. Birdie says, need to check if there are any conventions in February when I get there. February, maybe. But Furbury, is that like a Furby convention? Furbury. Simon says, Wayno, book a few days off and put your feet up. Are you talking to someone else? Okay, fair enough. Adonis says, get a GDEMU Dreamcast for £150. No laser, and every game ever released is on a SD card. Yeah, I looked at one of those, but I feel like, doesn't that not take the fun out of the collecting side of it? Sure, it has every game ever on it, but I really have a lot of nostalgia for those Dreamcast cases. Those blue Dreamcast cases are sick. But yeah, that is obviously for financial side of things, that's the optimal. That's the most optimal way to go. I agree, but my brain kind of would like a shelf full of Dreamcast games to play using the real hardware. But that's just me. I might go that route if it's too expensive, but we'll see. Another normal Yorkshireman, mate. A lot of folk down here would rather give stuff away than sell it. We have a lot of rich stuck up types down here that have some weird things about selling stuff. Interesting. Well, that just means good things for you, right? Because you get to find it for cheap, and then you get to sell it on and funnel that extra money into the collection, which is always good, right? And if they're rich types, then they've got too much money than sense, clearly. Old Man Loco, welcome to the stream. What's good, everybody? Everybody's good, I think. I think it's a good Saturday night. I've had a good Saturday night so far, anyway. I've had band practice. I had a kebab, had a beer. It's been good. It's been a good evening, actually. My first day off for a week, and it's been a really good day off, even though I slept into like 12 in the afternoon. But I had a bad night's sleep, so the day is actually like gotten really good, even though I had a bad night's sleep and I got up late. But thus is life. Simon says, Critters 2 was Leonardo DiCaprio's first movies, I remember correctly. It's Critters 3, and he never mentions it. He hates to mention it. I would love to go to a convention, right, where he's there and just take my copy of Critters 3 and get him to sign it, or pay him to. I probably have to pay him to sign it. Pay him to sign it. And he might refuse me. He might go, get fucked. He might just be like, no way, that's not me in that movie. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's up with these actors that like they feel they're like they're too good to be known about getting into films with horror films. There's so many like big actors that got their start in horror films where it's like they just don't want to bring it up. But I'm just like, it's where you fucking got your first gig, guys. Like, what's the issue? Sure, the films might not be very good, but it's where you got your fucking first leg in the door. Like, you should be proud of that shit. I don't get it. I love Critters 3 anyway. I'm probably the biggest fan of Critters 3 because it's not particularly a great film, but because I saw it, it was the first one I saw when I was like 6. it's got loads of nostalgia for me. So, and I've got the VHS, and the cover art on the VHS is the most nostalgic shit to me ever. It makes no sense for the film, but it's just the most heartwarmingly nostalgic stuff. Looking at that VHS cover. Donald says, "Rich people are mad. I used to be a removals man, and an old boy paid me extra to have a beer and watch the snooker with him. Then gave me a free electric barbecue and some cast iron furniture. That's mental. Imagine being paid just to watch snooker with some person. Oh, here's whatever, I don't know how much money he gave you, but say like, oh, here's £100. Just sit and watch the snooker with me. I can't decide whether that is a whether that's a good thing, because I don't particularly like any kind of sport. So I like wrestling, but people would argue it's not really a sport, but whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me know if it was worth the money you was paid extra, Donald, please. One entire comment says they're pretty amazing. The critters, yeah, getting all the love today. Yeah, Wayno says, yeah, Critters 3, yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got the most fucking annoying name to say, because I always my fucking trying to say it, or I always trip over his name. Here's his name. Here's me falling over his name. Way. Main Loco says, I remember when Ralph in the Turtles movies goes to see Critters in the cinema. Fucking awesome. Ugh. Where do they come up with this stuff? It's so good. I love that movie as well. The 90s Ninja Turtles film. Fucking adore that film. Getting the 4K set as well soon. It's going to be great. It's going to look awesome in 4K as well. I can see it now. Access Area 6 says, some people don't realise the value of games they're selling. I've recently had an experience of that, which I will soon do a video. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing the stories, man. That'd be cool. I remember a year or two ago when the whole like grading old games was a big kind of boom. And one of the grading companies was trying to claim that the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES sold for like $3.5 million or something stupid like that. And I remember there was this eBay listing of Super Mario Brothers on the NES boxed. From my understanding, is about maybe a 20 quid, 30 quid, purchase. More of them than not, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong there. But I remember this seller just had this fucking game because they saw that the sealed version sold for 3.5 million. So they thought they could get, I think, like $3,000 for a used box copy, which is insanity. Like, I feel like ignorant people will see something that makes loads of money like that and think they've got something valuable when in reality they don't really, and that's kind of a shame. It's a sad thing when people don't know what they have. It's sad when people think they've got something valuable when in reality they don't. But I don't like the fact where you get some of these resellers that do all these reseller videos and go all to these people's houses and go, oh, I'll give you $100 for that stuff. And he's like, I got all this stuff for $100, but I'm making about like $7,000 on it all. I'm just like, you could have been a bit nicer on the offer, right? If you knew you was going to get $7,000, you could have offered a bit more. Like, sure, people might go, yeah, the guy selling it agreed to it, so what's the problem? But I just feel like, fleecing people isn't always nice. You should clue people up. If they've got something valuable that you're going to make bank on, you should be like, actually, this is worth more than what you're offering than you want. I'll give you a bit extra. Sometimes being kind is all that people need sometimes. But yeah, don't realise the value of games. It's very, very, very true. It's the people that don't know that usually get ripped off as well, unfortunately. But if they're rich, super rich, and they're just giving it away, then who cares? Car boots near me. People pay the fee to set up as a seller, then rinse the games before the general buyers are allowed in. I've heard about that. I have heard that. Well, I see it in like random videos of certain YouTubers that I won't mention because I don't particularly like the way they do things. They're Americans, so don't worry about it too much in terms of like it's nobody that I know that is English here. That's from the UK. But they they'll get early access and they'll go around, they'll buy all the good shit, and then general admission people just will miss out on all the good stuff. I'm sure it happens here as well. I'm sure. Like I bet you when I go to that Brighton convention, not that I'm in the market to buy really expensive rare shit, but I can imagine all the good stuff for good prices will already be kind of claimed, I suppose, right? Old Man Logo says, I remember that in the first Ninja Turtles movies, Ralph went to the cinema and Critters was playing. Yes, I think we've just spoke about. You said that twice, mate. You just said it above. I've seen it twice. Or I'm going mad. One of the two. Donna says, I never do any dealings on Marketplace unless they're willing to do direct bank transfer. They even use fake banknotes. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is a cesspool of scum and villainy, to badly quote Star Wars there. Another Yorkshire. Wayne says, fuck's sake, you've got the longest name, Wayne. I can't talk today. Fake cash is a spot. Buy a UV pen, torch, keyring, job done. Another thing about fake cash, because I work in retail, so I kind of understand it, is real money with the plastic kind of like line across it is usually made in one piece. Fake notes, especially like £20 notes, are usually made in two pieces. So when you got the plastic line in the middle, you run your fingernail across it, you can literally peel it away. Usually you can tell that way. Plus the arch with the little 20s usually is blank. They can't really replicate that much. So yeah, fake cash is fairly easy to spot until it's not. That's when it gets a bit dodgy. Have a good night, Birdie. Thanks for joining the stream. Have a good weekend, man. Have a good weekend. Wayne says, I want a Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 remaster, like they did for the Tomb Raider games. I hate the remakes personally. It's fair enough. I like remake of 2 and remake of 4. Resident Evil 1 remake from the GameCube is my favourite Resident Evil game of all time. I think it's a masterpiece. Resident Evil 3 does so much wrong. I beat that game in 5 hours and I was like, what the fuck? Resident Evil 3 remake. It's just so disappointing and it's just barely anything there. They cut out the best part of the game, which is the clock tower. I don't get it. The best part of that game is the clock tower and they cut it out completely in the remake. It just baffles me, man. Baffles me. I will just say, the best way to play if you want Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil trilogy, in the best possible quality you can get without emulating, the GameCube ports are pretty great. Obviously, you can't get Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube, but Resident Evil 2, 3, and Code Veronica on the GameCube are really good versions. They look great as well. So I recommend that. I play my GameCube games through the Wii, and I've got a Wii to HD adapter. And the GameCube games look phenomenal on that. So if you're looking to play those games in the best quality without emulating, that's what I would suggest. But I get we would like just a collection of the originals. Would be nice. I know you've got the PC. They came out on PC. I swear they gave them away for free on PlayStation. I got 2 and 3 for free on PS5, but I don't know why they were for free. Could it be because I bought them on PS3 before? Maybe. If you guys have got a PS5 and want to log into your accounts and let me know if they're still up for free, or whether it's just for my account, I don't know. Donna says, or I can save the cost of a UV pen and watch that cash go directly into my bank account before they get the goods. Yeah, all that, yeah. Yeah. John McCrum, I will be. I'm going to have a go tonight. Then I've got a second PS4 and PS5 game to test. Awesome stuff. I've bought the most obscure fucking PS5 junk you've imaginable. I went on a bit of a eBay spend spree for no reason. There's a video going to come out. I've got a video coming out for it. Just the most no one's heard of games ever for PS5. But I'm hoping they're going to be good. You're talking to me. Oh, Anthem had potential, but it was managed really badly. Shame, really, but it is shite. Um, I'm forever burned by Anthem, guys. Um, because I pre-ordered that game because I was a big Bioware fan. You know, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age, um, Mass Effect 2, particularly Mass Effect 2 is amazing. So I pre-ordered Anthem, hoping for it to be awesome, and I got a couple of days early access for pre-ordering, and I was fairly positive when I got the early access part. The combat was fairly fine. I liked flying around. You feel like Iron Man. It was pretty interesting. But then they just brick wall you with this fucking all these meaningless tasks to do in the world before you can progress the story, and that really fucking pissed me off because then I felt like you were just going through this just monotonous, tedious, rinse and repeat, repetitive missions over and over again to achieve these kind of almost tick boxes just to get to the next part of the story, and that really killed the game for me. And I paid 70 quid for that game. I remember getting the fucking legendary edition or whatever the fucking edition was called. I was very stupid back then. But I did trade it in fairly quickly after getting it. So I did, I got maybe 60 or 70% of my money back on trading. So it wasn't the worst thing that could happen. But yeah, I would never ever forgive that game for being just so fucking lackluster. Still talking about money, guys. Come on. Money. Everyone wants money. Two things I have on key rings always is a UV pen torch, a game bit screwdriver. I won't ever have one of those Gebs moments of scams. Oh, you're talking about the Gebs. Is that her channel? I don't like her channel, to be honest, but was she actually scammed then? Oh well. Oh well. Rhino says, okay, everyone, I've got to go. Promised I'd watch a movie. Take care, everyone. I thought I'd pop in. Thanks, Rhino. Appreciate you joining the stream. Have a good weekend and enjoy whatever film you're going to watch. Hope it's a good one. Donna says, I hope you're not implying that Gibbs, the poor innocent cherub, was so disingenuous on her scam video. I don't think does anyone like her channel, because I just can't deal with the way she talks. Like, it just drives me mad. I don't know what it is. I don't mean to be mean, but it's just not everyone's channel is for everyone. I just remember stumbling across her one. I thought I can't. There's a video where she's in fucking Smith's Toys and she's just looking at games and she's like, look at this, but look at what CX sells it for. I'm just like, I don't care. I can go into my own Smiths and see what games they have and compare it to CEX. I don't care. I don't care about this shit. Anyway, I'm sure there's people that watch my videos and go, I don't care about this stuff. It just is what it is. Yorkie says, not all. I'm sure a seasoned collector could spot a fake cartridge a mile off. I know I could. And I don't touch card-based games. Yeah. I've got a stack of repros downstairs. Like, obvious reproduction carts. I mean, I got them. I did buy them years ago. Like, years ago. So, like, I don't know what to do with them because I don't want them. So I don't know what reads through the Mega Drive. Like, you got Ninja Turtles, Hyperstone Heist. I've got Musha, which is a really expensive game, but obviously it's a repro, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I got a bunch of repros, and you could just instantly tell that they're repros. Because a lot of them don't use the official Mega Drive carts. They use like a really cheap shit fucking shell that just about fits in your Mega Drive. It's fucking awful. Simon says, yeah, we were talking Resident Evil 6 and Dying Light in your last video. I picked up like Escape Dead Island, do you mean, Simon? I've got that, but I've not played it yet. The original Dead Island games are really fun though. Actually, Eric says, been watching you for a couple of years now. I really enjoy your channel. How's it going with the new conservatory games room? The new conservatory is not starting until the 1st of December, and it should take about a couple of weeks to be completed. But we don't know what's happening yet because I live with my mum. It's my mum's house, so she has first refusal of what's going in there. So she wants to use it as an actual, she wants it as a usable space, but she has says that we can figure out where to put my stuff, which is good. You can't really see it from here, but I have got my retro set up there. Certain consoles I've decided not to set up because I can't get to the games because the way I've got them stored, I just can't get to any games. So 360 I haven't got set up there. I've just got the consoles that I know that I can play, like Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, PS2, original Xbox, and PS3. But why has it gone weird? Go down, you cunt. There we go. Yeah, so it's just like obviously my mum's paying the money. It's her house. She decides what she wants in there. So I'm not sure what's happening basically. I don't have the luxury of having a games room particularly. I just have 2 shelves with my collection on and my TV and my consoles on a unit. That's basically the extent of my games room. I get a lot of comments saying like, "Oh, show us your games room," and I'm always like, "What games room? I don't have a games room. I have 2 shelves and a unit with a television on. That's literally it. That's literally it, guys. I don't even have that anymore because obviously I've had to put everything away, store everything away. But I digress, of course. John says, my boss was livid as he tried to get me to do some work and the old fella shouted at him. I got about £40 extra, didn't lift a finger, drank a few beers and chatted with a proper mad old millionaire. That's fucking sick, man. That's sick. Fucking free. A free day off, but you paid for it. It's a day off that you wasn't expecting, but you still got paid for it. That's amazing. Oh man, I hate. Wayne says, "Oh man, I hate grading games, but I just don't understand sealed collectors either. Why own it if you don't play them? Games shouldn't be seen as investments, in my opinion." I agree. If I buy, it's like recently, like I said, I went onto a bit of a PS5 spending binge. Right, when I say binge, I mean I'm spending about 40 quid, not a load of money. And I use PayPal Pay in 3, so I've spread the cost anyway. But I bought a bunch of games, expecting them to be used because it stated used in the eBay listings, and every single one has arrived sealed. And I'm going to open them and play them. Of course, I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. I don't understand sealed stuff. The only game I have sealed in the collection that I haven't opened is the Xbox 360 copy of Doom 3 BFG edition because it has a slipcover on it. The only reason I haven't opened that is because I don't plan to really play it because I've got Game Pass and they're all on Game Pass anyway. So I might as well keep that sealed until I want to play it, which I don't yet. If Game Pass ever goes away, then I might have a reason to open the game and play it, right? That's how I look at that anyway. Old Man Loco says, I find that sick too. It's taking advantage. It's not like a shop. I'm sure you're talking about resellers just buying loads of fucking rare shit for no money at all. Oh, okay. I deleted it to make some edit on the comment. No, either way, the first one stayed there. Oh, fair enough. The turtles comment. That's fair. Old Man Loco. There was a remake of Resident Evil 1 on PS4 that keeps the tank controls, etc. It's just a remaster of the GameCube remake, but it's fantastic. I love it. I love the tank controls. If you want to play with more fluid, like analog controls, it has that. The PS4 remaster is fucking perfection, in my opinion. I love that game so much. It's probably might be my favourite game of all time. It might be. It might be. X06 says PlayStation will always dominate Xbox. I feel like it's only in the last 10 years or so. I feel like Xbox really dug themselves into a hole when they announced the Xbox One in 2013, and it was like all of these like always online DRM things. You can't buy used games. Games are permanently locked into your account. All this really anti-consumer stuff, anti-customer stuff. I feel like they really, you know, dug a hole so big they couldn't climb out of it. And I don't think many people have really forgiven Xbox for that. I feel like they've come quite a long way since then with the goodwill. I think, announcing Xbox backwards compatibility was a big win. I feel Game Pass as a whole, I wouldn't be able to play a lot of the new releases without Game Pass. So I literally have Game Pass for a lot of the new releases that I probably would have missed otherwise. So I feel like Xbox has come a long way since then, but I feel like that 2013 Xbox One original kind of presentation, that stigma for that has lasted the last two generations. I think has really hurt Xbox, and I think the landscape is going to change soon. I think Xbox have claimed that they're going to do another piece of hardware. They're going to have a next gen Xbox. I would put money on that it will be their last console, and they'll become third party, and Xbox will become a service. They're already kind of moving in that direction. The whole "this is an Xbox" campaign. That is them kind of slowly moving the wheel towards a more service based business, and that's what I think it will be. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get Game Pass on PlayStation. I think that's coming in the future. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. You know, we got Gears of War on PlayStation. We're getting Halo on PlayStation. The wheels are turning. The Xbox are changing, and I do feel if they are 100% focused on this new next gen Xbox, I think it will be the last console. But I do feel, like I said, the stigma from the negative press of the Xbox One announcement and presentation has kind of been almost like a shadow they can't escape from all these years later. And I think it's just reflected in their sales and stuff like that. And I feel like buying all these studios for serious money, don't think it's helped much. I don't think they've made the money back on that Activision acquisition with putting Call of Duty on Game Pass. I don't think that's worked out the way they were hoping, and I think they've lost out on hundreds of millions of dollars because they put it on Game Pass. I reckon if they sold that as normally as it would normally sell as a paid game on Xbox and PlayStation, I think they would have been in a better spot now as a publisher and a console manufacturer. Humble Mud, welcome to the stream, my friends. Good to see you here, man. He asks me, what's some of your favourite PS3 games that aren't Uncharted, Last of Us, etc.? PS3. I don't really play PS3 if I'm honest. I'm trying to think of games. Heavenly Sword is a good one. Heavenly Sword is quite underrated, actually. No one talks about Heavenly Sword. The guys who have done Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, they did Heavenly Sword. It was one of the earlier games on PS3. That's a good one that I like quite a lot. What else? See, it's hard when I don't have my games in front of me to look at. to think of games that I actually really like that was on PS3. PS3, brain work. Yeah, Heavenly Sword is a good one. Untold Legends Dark Kingdom is really good. It's like a light RPG brawler game. That's a good one. I think it was in my underrated PS3 games video. That's a really good game. I'm not very clued up on the PS3, to be honest. It's one of those consoles where I own it, but I don't really play much PS3. It's like my kind of PlayStation 1 box at the moment. PS3. Yeah, like you said, Humble, like, you know, oh, that's not Uncharted, Last of Us. It's gonna be like Last of Us and God of War 3 would be my picks for like favourite games on the system. I'm not even an Uncharted fan. I just bought the Uncharted games on PS4 because I want to give them a go, because I've tried to give them a chance and I just don't like them. But maybe my tastes have changed, like my previous video that I spoke about changing my mind on things. I'm hoping I might change my mind on those. But yeah, I don't know, PS3. I just don't play enough PS3, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of the cross generation stuff is better on 360, personally. And my brain can't think of exclusives that are not the Sony one. My brain is not working for me right now. PlayStation Plus, maybe. They gave Director's Cut for free too back in 2009. Director's Cut of what? Oh, right. I'm guessing Resident Evil Director's Cut. I think the room looks awesome, by the way. I'm assuming you mean my room. Thank you. I guess it's just a room. It's just a room with my TV, my bed in, and some lots of movies around me, and some games. Don says, I think the PS4 Resi remake was on the Origins pack too, with Zero. Yeah, that's how I own it. Yeah, physically. Yeah, it was yeah, Resident Evil Origins pack is Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1 remake. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, my friend. I bought the game Tank on the Wii U 2 weeks ago. What a blast! I want that game, but it's like a 50 quid game, and I'm like, do I want to pay £50 for a bloody Wii U game? Not sure. Not saying Wii U's bad, but when I haven't played the game, I'm not sure if I want to drop that kind of money on that personally. Donna says, I'm only trying Anthem as they're closing the servers, so it might be all right as I'm going into it. Willing to hate it. The last time I checked, which was I think like maybe I logged in maybe in February, because it's on Game Pass for free in it, so I can just log in. They still have their Christmas stuff up for the Christmas seasonal. It'd be interesting if they still haven't changed that. That'd be quite funny if you go on there and like, I mean, it'd be a bit more on brand now because it's come up to Christmas, but I doubt they're thinking of Christmas season now. They're probably not changed it from last year or the year before even. Yeah, closing the servers. I mean, that's. I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. It came out in 2019. It was dead by 2020. I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner, to be honest. I don't know anybody that was playing Anthem a year after release, because I definitely was not. Dan says, nice setup. I don't have room for a CRT. I don't have a CRT. It's just a really old flat screen HD television. But it has every port that I could ever want in the back. Yeah, it's got every kind of connection you could want, like S videos, you know, RGB, SCART, regular component, composite. It's got everything. So yeah, do you know what? I really struggle to find a CRT television that has all the connections I want. And the ones I do find that have all the connections I want, they're stupid money now for some reason, like £400 for a fucking Sony Trinitron. Like, get fucked. What am I saying? What are we doing? So use a PS3 to play them personally. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I'm not with it today somehow. Sadly, gamer blokes tend to like. Is it Jebs or Gebs? I'm guessing Gebs. As they don't get much interaction with women. Hilarious. I have my PS3 on an Asus 4K monitor. I've got 3 screens on my desk. You screen whore. Absolute screen whore. How dare you have so many screens? I love repros. Sometimes I don't want to pay £500 for a game anymore. Yeah, I agree. But the repros I've got for Mega Drive are just, I feel like I'm breaking my Mega Drive, putting the cartridges in and taking them out. So I'm not inclined to use them. But I've just got a flash card now with every Mega Drive game ever on it, so I don't need to have physical Mega Drive games really. And also the actual cartridge I've got has every Master System game ever made. It also has every 32X game ever made. But the thing is, I kind of need a 32X for it to work. It requires the hardware for those. Obviously it would, wouldn't it? Simon says, yes, Dead Island. Sorry, haven't found a Dying Light copy, but from your recommendation, I keep my eyes open. You can get Dying Light super cheap now. I think you can get it for like a £5, probably less than 10 quid easy. I think the original Dying Light. Donna says, a question that is on topic. Would you like to see a games market crash, particularly in the retro section? The thing I've noticed with retro though, this is how things go. Just my perspective on it. Things are expensive now. The things that are kind of expensive are consoles where the generation that had them growing up are adults now. So I'm talking about stuff like Super Nintendo, Mega Drive to a lesser degree. PS1, PS2 are getting really up there now as well. So I reckon when the generation that grew up with PS3 and 360 become adults, like proper, like, in their 30s or whatever, I reckon that's when that section of video games will spike again, because they're going to want to go back to when they were kids. They'll discover the games they played as kids. And I feel like it goes in waves like that. So I don't think there will be a crash. Would I like to see one? I don't know what would actually cause it, because I think there's always going to be a demand for old stuff. This is the thing. The worse and worse newer stuff gets, the demand for the way things used to be is going to be on the rise, or is going to get more in demand. So video games have never been in a worse spot than now, in my opinion. I think this generation, the amount of greed, the amount of lack of innovation, the lack of creativity, making games because they're fun, doesn't really exist now. I know I made a video that modern games don't suck, and I stand by that. There's a lot of great modern games, but the industry just want to funnel everything, fleece everyone for their money. If it isn't a live service, it's a game full of microtransactions. If it isn't full of microtransactions, it's something else. It's something else just to bleed your wallet dry. They want to insert all kinds of fucking social issues and social politics and all that bollocks I don't want to see in my video games. Regardless if I agree with certain things or not, it's irrelevant. I don't want to be preached at in video games. It's a hobby that I try to escape real world, right? I don't want to fucking stress about real life. That's why I play video games. So I don't want to be preached about real life shit in a video game. And I feel like that's all they're doing at the moment. They're hiring all these fucking armchair activists that think they're doing right in the world, but they're actually doing nothing. They're literally doing zero to help the world with certain issues, but they think they're higher than everybody else because I'm writing for a video game. It's gonna be great. It fucking just bombs, right? It just loses all the money, and it's just frustrating. So I reckon there won't be a retro games market crash. I reckon retro games will become more and more sought after, because modern video games, in terms of like the industry side of it, is just going to get worse and worse and worse, and eventually we're not going to have physical games soon. I reckon next generation they just be a digital version. So that's the way. It's a bit of a long-winded rant on this subject, but I don't think there will be a retro market crash solely on the idea that the current market is getting worse, so the desire for how things used to be, so the demand for older games will be higher, so people will go and seeking out that stuff. buying older consoles, buying older games where you can just put them in the console, press play, and they just work, right? Do I foresee a current games market crash? Possibly. Because remember, in America, Atari was literally just the floodgates were open with their games. There was no quality control. There was so many games on the market, just shit, shovelware, crap, just everywhere on the Atari systems. And people just stopped buying it because they knew it was going to be shit. And I could see the modern gaming landscape getting to a point where there's more utter dreck than there is good stuff. So people won't trust the industry to buy a game anymore because they're expected to be utter shit. So the industry will collapse on itself. Their budgets are over the top anyway. Their budgets are unattainable anyway. So it's a case of like, maybe the industry won't crash in terms of people refusing to buy games like the old Atari days when that happened. It might be the idea that these companies are putting way too much money into their games where a profit is impossible. To make money is impossible on these games because their budgets are so high. I can see like this platform made of wood, yeah, and the budgets are going up and up and up. The profit gets to a certain point, and then the legs just go crank and just collapse on itself. The industry will literally collapse on itself, and we might not have AAA video games for a little while. Or they actually might learn from their mistakes. I doubt it very much. They might learn from their mistakes, and maybe make games cheaper, but actually make them fun, where people want to buy them and want to play them. You look up the most played games in the world right now. It's all older games. It's all games that don't cost a lot of money, maybe like $10 or £10 or whatever. I'm basing this on PC because a lot of the PC is the biggest gaming market in the world in terms of like there's like I think like 12 billion PC players, something like that. Anyway, just basing it on PC for the time being. If you look at the Steam charts on PC, the most played video games on Steam right now are older games or sequels to old games like Counter-Strike 2. What else? My brain doesn't. Minecraft is still highly played. Yeah, stuff like that. Team Fortress 2 still is loads of players. World of Warcraft. And it's like these are games that are not particularly expensive to buy. Maybe World of Warcraft is expensive because it's a monthly thing, but my point is put less money into video games, but make games fun and good. And there's this constant obsession with photorealistic graphics in video games. I understand that graphics are usually the measuring bar of progression in systems. Like, look how good the new graphics are in this new system that has come out. Whoa! But I feel like it's a detriment for video games because to get that level of fidelity, companies have to put in shit tons of money. Like I said, the budgets are getting stupid, right? It's the same with Hollywood. Movie budgets are getting silly. But some of the most renowned films ever made are made on really small budgets. So I don't understand why this can happen. So I reckon because these companies are so bad at managing their finances and they're putting in $400-500 million into a particular game, that's what's going to break the industry. It's going to happen. Look at all the failures over the last couple of years. Concord, 300 million, just wasted. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, 250 million, that's gone. You're not making money on that. That's gone. It's just failure after failure, and it's like that's what's going to buckle this industry, in my opinion, is all these failures, but the companies just being ignorant towards it and thinking they're still going down the right path. That's the thing. The hubris is what's going to kill the games industry, or the AAA industry in particular. Another Yorkshireman. Wayne says, see what I mean? You have the longest fucking name. Anyway, Barry says, that's me twisting the knife, Wayne, because I keep tripping over your name. Tank controls are the best, more accurate and suited to certain games. They are great, and I feel for the original Resident Evil games, they were actually like they were there mostly for limitation's sake. But if you're able to master those controls, they are so good in terms of navigation and moving around and stuff. Old man Logan says also bullshit connect always on etc. What a dumbass decision. Exactly. It didn't take them that long to U-turn on that connect shit either, did it? Because they knew the writing was on the wall if they didn't fucking remove that. Wayne says, never going to happen, backers. It should, as the prices are out of control, but there will always be buyers to prop up the market. Maybe for Nintendo, though, as they keep adding old games to Switch. So that devalues the retro. Norman says, I think digital is the future, sadly. Streaming is the way forward. Own nothing and be happy, etc. Like Netflix has done for films. I own all my films. I've got them all here, mate. Like, yeah, fuck that shit. I disagree. Streaming is just shite now. Like, when it was just Netflix, it was great. But when every fucking person and their nan opened their own fucking streaming service, it just got utter shite. It really did just get shit. Xbox going the way of Sega. I think so. I really do think so. But in a bit of a different twist, I think Xbox as a brand is going to be a publisher, like they are already going down the path with Gears of War on PlayStation and Halo on PlayStation. But I also feel like Xbox will be a service like Game Pass, for example, that you may see pop up on Nintendo Switch or PS5 or PlayStation of some kind. It's already on PC already, but obviously PC is Microsoft. Old Man Loco says, I love the Xbox, but I'm done with their hardware. Phil Spencer shit the bed in my opinion. And now because of the PlayStation, PlayStation will charge what they want with the market monopoly. The only problem is, you get this small subset of fanboys that will just defend these companies, defend a name on a bit of plastic. It's just fucking stupid. Like when Nintendo came out and announced the Switch 2, and they were going to do, Super Mario, Mario Kart World was going to be $80. You get these fucking retarded, fucking stupid Nintendo fans going, well, it's good. It's like, it's going to be the best Mario Kart ever. No Mario Kart is worth $80, guys. Like, no game, in my opinion, is really worth $80. Fuck that. But yeah, I don't think PlayStation will have market monopoly as such. Because if PlayStation, if anyone has a market monopoly, it's Steam. Steam is the biggest gaming storefront, globally. I do see people moving over to PC though, sooner or later. I'm looking to get a new PC for that particular reason. Axeria 6, hit that like, it's worth it. Yes, hit the like button, everybody. Be good Samaritans. Donna says, with the market, I think the apathy towards emulations as piracy that is prevalent at the moment says that people are sick of paying high prices. Exactly, I agree. Wayne says, a lot of folk are realising that digital ain't the way, especially the streaming and subscription services. The items are never yours through them. DVDs are on the rise again lately, for example. Yeah, man. Because you can put your disc in and you can watch something and no one's going to take that away. And that's the way it is. The thing is as well, I feel like even physical on PS5 and Xbox isn't really physical anymore, because you just got the unlock key on the disc and then it downloads the rest of the game. So physical is already kind of sort of gone, 80% gone anyway. Because if you actually look at it, I think people, good example, people were losing their shit when Doom the Dark Ages came out on PS5 because it literally only had maybe 60 megabytes on the disc and it downloaded the rest of the game. So even, like I said, even physical games aren't really physical anymore. They're just literally a license key on a disc that downloads the game. They're pretty much what Nintendo's doing at the moment with the I forget what they called them. Those fucking stupid e-carts or whatever they're called. Oh man, like I said, I've got 2 copies of Heavenly Sword for some reason. You must like it twice as much as we do. Yorkie says, physical is king. I cancelled every single sub-service, including Spotify. I use CDs again. I still have Spotify, solely because it's a convenience to me, if I'm honest with you. I got rid of all my CDs years ago. I do have vinyl, so vinyl is my thing, and I use Spotify when I'm out and about and stuff. But I do have this is the thing. I don't hate streaming. I just feel like streaming has gotten to a point where it's not viable for these companies to survive it. So like for example, I have Netflix, but I have Netflix for WWE, so I can watch that stuff. And I've got Games Pass because, like I said, it allows me to play the newer stuff, but without absolutely wrecking my wallet on that stuff, or pay monthly or whatever rental service, I guess. James says, what's your thoughts on the Evercade handheld? I like it. I've got a little collection for it, but I kind of wish I bought the consoleized version because I think I'd rather play it on my television. I don't think it's particularly ergonomically, it's not very comfortable, the Evercade handheld. I don't think it's particularly comfortable to hold, so I kind of wish I bought the console version of it with the controllers, because I think that would have just been a better, more comfortable way to play those games. I think what Evercade is doing for retro games is amazing. Reissuing those older games in collections on cart is awesome. They need to get some heavy hitter stuff. They could get the Resident Evil trilogy. That'd be amazing. There's some stuff they probably could get that would be awesome just to have on cartridge, like Spyro trilogy would be awesome, right? There's some cool stuff they could get. I'm always looking on the website for new announcements because the potential for Evercade is limitless. They just have to basically fight for licenses. But I think Evercade could do amazing shit. And I've got some awesome stuff in my collection for Evercade that I'm like, this is amazing to have on cartridge. Like, I've got both Duke Nukem collections that has pretty much every Duke Nukem game ever made except for Duke Nukem Forever. It's got all the old ones. It's so fun. It's so good to have all these games on there. I'm going to get them actually because they're only over here. I'll go drop them all. Oh, you motherfucker. Trust me to drop all my shit. It's the Evercade. I don't think it's particularly comfortable to hold. The cool thing is if you're playing like a vertical shoot 'em up, you can flip it over to this mode and play it vertically, which is also even worse to hold than it was horizontally. Don't think it's particularly comfortable to hold, unfortunately. But the actual collections are fucking next level shit. So you got like the Duke Nukem collection, Duke Nukem Time to Kill, Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, and Duke Nukem Game Boy Advance. So cool to have these physically. Team 17 collection, you get Body Blows, Quack, All-Terrain Racing, Full Contact. The Alien Breed games are on here, which I'm so happy to have. I'm fucking chuffed for this one. The Gremlins. Yeah, the Gremlin company. They're just called Gremlin. Yeah, the Gremlin collection. It's got the loaded and reloaded games. Hogs of War on there, man. Fucking people keep talking about Hogs of War. This has Hogs of War on it. That's collection 2. Gremlin collection 2. Gremlin collection 1. It's got some nostalgic shit on here as well. Zool. Zool's great. Aqua Soccer. Who remembers Aqua Soccer? Yeah, it's these guys. Go and get an Evercade, man, because some of these are fucking sick. Broken Swords collection, The Bitmap Brothers, super cool. I love this one because it's got the Xenon 2 old Mail System game I play. It's got the 2 Speedball games on there, the Chaos Engine, and this one I love as well. Legacy of Kain Collection, Soul Reaver, and the original Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. I dropped some. What one did I drop? We've got the couple on here, more modern kind of indie games. Xenocrisis is a must-play, guys. Xenocrisis is awesome. I've not played Tanglewood yet, but apparently that's pretty cool. So you get some cool indie stuff too. It's not all retro. You get some cool indie shit. And you got this, is that the first one or the second collection? Collection 1 for the Duke Nukem, which is the original Duke Nukem 1 and 2 kind of side-scrolly games. Then you've got the fucking balls to the wall classic Duke Nukem 3D. So yeah, I think the Evercade is... I think people have kind of slept on the Evercade. I think it's fucking kick-ass. But I would say get the console version, not the handheld version, because I don't think it's very comfortable to hold. Now, but yeah, so much potential with Evercade. So much potential. It's fucking awesome. Oh, and my actual version, it's got like 20 Capcom games built in, so you get a bunch of classic Capcom arcade games on there as well. You get like Final Fight, which is awesome on there. Donald says, I think people are saying that DVDs are on the rise, but in reality, piracy is. Both things can be true, though, right? Both things can be true, but I agree, piracy is definitely on the rise, and there's nothing that these companies can do about it either. There literally is nothing, nothing they can really do. Where am I going? This one. Man Loco says, I love to Beyond Two Souls on PS3. I've not played that one. I know it's by the same guy that done the Heavy Rain game, which I did quite like. You press X to Jason. Jason! Yeah. Don says, I'll get blasted for it, but my favourite PS3 exclusive is Little Big Planet 2. Never got into the Little Big Planet games myself. I know loads of people did. But I never got into those, to be honest. Don also says, you can make your own levels, and I'm not saying that I did this, but you can even make George Michael doing something in a toilet where you have to go inside him through his back passage. Interesting, Donald. I didn't know you was into that kind of shit, but you know, each to their own and all that. Do you know what I mean? Just finished a playthrough of Splatterhouse PS3. So cool, it unlocks all the old iterations of the game. Wish more games did that. I want that game. I do want that one. That's a reboot I actually really liked when it came out back in the day. Yorkie's not wrong. Yeah. Or it's on the disc and they still make you to pay for it. It's on the disc. The data for it is on the disc, but they still fucking charge you DLC money for it. I'm looking at you, Capcom, with Marvel versus Capcom 3, whatever it was, that had like literally had DLC locked on the disc. Disc locked DLC is the phrase, but I can't talk, so I'm tripping over all my words. Don't lie, Maggers, you made that level up, didn't you? Own up. Confess. I cannot confirm or deny these allegations. Axel06 says LCD is just as good as CRT. The reason why I talk about CRT and why we want to get one, because loads of people talk about it being the best for the older systems like PlayStation, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, because the technology is completely different, right? The panels are different, the way they work. So I would like just to see, because I don't really remember. Obviously, I'm never going to remember the what the actual image looked like back in the day when I played PlayStation and those consoles on a CRT. I would like to get a CRT and just see what the picture quality looks like, because I don't remember what they look like. I don't remember the the vibe. Do you know what I mean? I don't remember the vibe. So, like I said, I've got a really old early HD television from a no name brand that has all the connections I want on a television for my consoles, and some of them look great. My PlayStation through component looks awesome. PS2 through component looks awesome. So yeah, if I can find a good cheap CIT, I might buy one. Who knows? Simon says, I've got 10 Mega Drive games, but not to play, just for nostalgia. Why don't you just play them? You'll get more nostalgia if you play them. But yeah, I understand what you mean. You just want to have them just to, as like almost like a time capsule of a time long gone kind of thing. Don says, you tend to find the terrible consoles and games, one that didn't sell well, always fetch high values, partially because of the scarcity and partially because I'm an idiot that watches Metal Jesus. Here's a question for you guys in the chat. How much do you think these older channels that have been doing this whole retro collecting thing for a lot longer than us, so to speak, that have amassed massive audiences, because I see Metal Jesus get a lot of shit, especially in the American, when it concerns the American retro market. Loads of people claim that the games he showcases on his videos, and because he's got a massive market, because he's got a massive audience, the moment he shows a game that says it's hidden gem, those games, there's more people looking for those games, and those games become more in demand because he's shown them on his channel. That's why the prices go up. I don't know how true that is, but how do you think? Do you feel like YouTube retro culture has kind of, caused prices to rise as much as it is nostalgia and people going back and want to discover their childhood? But do you feel like influencer culture has kind of caused some kind of a jump in price for retro? Because it's interesting, because I feel like it's more than one factor, but it's an interesting conversation to have if you think about it. Because they wouldn't be called influencers. They're called influencers for a reason, because they influence people's behaviours. And I feel maybe that could be a thing of like, they've kind of influenced the market in some negative way. Maybe. Who knows? Old Man Loco says, demand can get less if they give ways to play the old games on new hardware, like ports of expensive 16-bit games released on modern consoles. Yes and no. I still feel like the physical copy of the old game will still be worth a bit of money, because more often than not, you're not going to be able to own these new re-releases. And new ports don't always mean good. There's been really bad ports of old games on new consoles that don't reflect the old game. When during the porting process, the original game doesn't stay intact. They've got to change things for it to work on new hardware. So you're not really getting the true vanilla experience. So I think it's a yes and no answer to that. I feel like you could get less demand, maybe, but I think it's going to be very low, in maybe the 1 to 2%, maybe even less than that kind of number, because people were always going to want the original physical version, right? There's always going to be a demand for the original hardware and the original games to go with it. So I don't think. Sure, I'd love to see more expensive old games that that are like over £200 or over £100 be on newer hardware. I'd love to see that, but I don't think they're going to do that unless you're Nintendo, where they want you to buy the same game 4,000 million times over and over again every console cycle. Anyway. I don't know what this is in reference to, Donald. So ignore me. I am going to go and see that tomorrow, by the way, the new Predator film. I actually think it looks pretty good, to be fair. That's just me. Old Man Loco. If they continue on the course that they are going, there will definitely be a crash. You can't keep spending millions of dollars on games and have them to continue to flop. I agree. That's why I was saying about the budgets. I feel like the constant rising of budgets to stupid money, the AAA industry will buckle. It will buckle. It will just absolutely collapse on itself eventually. The thing that frustrates me is that the people in charge of all this, the big CEO types, they'll get a bonus for that. You know, they'll get their multi-million-dollar bonus for like failing 50 times. I mean, look at fucking Disney. Look at Bob Iger at Disney, right? Disney have been on a awful flop streak of late, right? Maybe the odd couple of films have been made money, but aside from that, flop after flop after flop, right? Bob Iger still got his $30 million bonus last year. I don't know what for, because apparently failing as a CEO is a rite of passage, and you get rewarded for that, apparently. I don't know, guys. It's just things in life just don't make sense. Yorkie says, modern gaming is either AI slop or woke trash. A modern gaming crash is inevitable at this point. Too many games with very little quality and stupid prices. It's just I can't get my words out. Yeah, I agree. It's basically, you know, keep paying us more while we continue to give you less. That's what it basically is. You know, it's going to be that. If they can make their money by charging you more but giving you less, they're going to do it. And like I said, you can have these people that just come out and defend this shit, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Aviator 909, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you joining. Donald says, I want a new Dragon Age where the main character is in a wheelchair and there is no fighting, only talking as words are weapons. Ah, yeah, words are violence. Apparently, need to be careful. The police might be, you know, two-tier care might send the police my way. I better be careful. Might get a knock at the door. Aviator 909. What the hell is this? Comments, mate. Oh my god. What is this shit? I'm sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to block you. You're spamming the fucking chat out. So, see you later. I've lost where I fucking was now. Thanks, twat. Oh yeah, new Dragon Age. Yeah, hilarious. Who invited the 12-year-old? Not me, but they're gone. They're gone because they're just spamming the chat like a twat. So I just got rid of them. Personally, old man Logan says, Percy, I can't stand tank controls today. It was okay back in the day, but not for me. That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. Don says, I didn't mean the streaming thing as a positive. I just think it's inevitable as people don't want to play old games. They want monthly payments that we are trapped into. I guess I'm part of that problem because I pay for Game Pass. Oh dear. Simon says, so how much will GTA cost? Well, it's been delayed again until November next year, which I kind of knew it would have done, to be honest. But again, apparently the devs have gone on strike as well, so who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it's $100 game, but if the base game, I wouldn't be surprised if the base game is $100. To be honest, I think Nintendo broke the seal on that with $80 Mario Kart. So there's definitely going to be $100 games sooner rather than later, in my opinion. So yeah, $100. I don't even want to fathom how much money they've spent to make it. It's too much, probably. Too much. But the thing is, GTA is the outlier, right? That game could cost them $12 to make, but it will sell. I don't care about GTA, but GTA 6 will be the biggest selling entertainment thing ever when it comes out. It will sell absolute fucking gangbusters. It will. And it's just facts, right? Regardless of its quality, when it releases, it will sell like fucking gangbusters. They will make so fucking much money. Oh man, Loco says there's a cool website where you can check if the game is actually on disc and if it needs the internet to install. I've seen about that, but I forget what the website's called. Exit Area 6 says, as a 60-year-old, I consider what I'm leaving. As a 60-year-old, I consider what I'm leaving to my sons, my entire collection. Have you considered this? Because it's not about value, but what you can pass on. Yeah, exactly, man. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah. I've not got any children, so I've got no one to pass my collection on to. But who knows? You know, like I don't know who I'll be with in the future. I might have. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, so I don't know who I'm with, or I don't know how long. I guess it's just a fucking bleak thing. But who knows? I might. My brother might outlive me, so he most likely will be pass it on to him. I guess, right? But yeah. Alien Breed, fucking love Alien Breed, man. I love the originals and I love the remakes as well on 360. Old Man Loco, I'm in the minority when I said I don't like the D-pad on the Mega Drive or Evercade. I prefer the more sturdy SNES style. Yeah, I've never liked the Mega Drive controller. To be honest with you guys, I've always preferred the Super Nintendo controller. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. This isn't very good. I don't like this. It's a bit. I don't know. It's not that great. Yorkie says, you don't need that site, mate. All PlayStation games are on disc. Only Xbox Studio games require additional downloads. What all PlayStation 5 games? But I did mention that Doom: The Dark Ages only like less than a gigabyte was on that disc. You had to download the rest of the game. So I don't think all PlayStation games are on the disc. If you're referring to PlayStation 5, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Oh, don't reiterate what I was saying. Yeah, I don't think the new Doom game is fully on PlayStation disc. It's not. It was about like 65 megabytes, something stupid like that. It's barely a gig, barely 100 megabytes. Like it wasn't even. It's an Xbox Studio game. That's why. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Do you reckon that's Xbox just messing with PlayStation? The discs are large enough. Um, Sony own the rights to Blu-ray tech, so Xbox have to pay a percentage to Sony for every game and console sold. This is why Microsoft are heading to digital. I mean, fair enough, but it's still shit. Or one factor at least. Also, just the ease of distribution, just lack of printing, etc. Yorkie says Sony won't allow Microsoft to use the newer 100 gigabyte discs, so Microsoft are stuck using the lesser 50 gigabyte discs. Interesting. Don says I think PlayStation will go digital too, complete control and minimum costs. It's all going to go that way, guys. It's all going that way. I wouldn't be surprised if next generation there'll be no disc drives. Isn't there a new 8-bit console with original games coming out? I don't know, is there? The Game Tank? What a shit name for a console if that's actually real. For me, the death of a channel is when they say they go full time on YouTube and it's their primary source of income. I mean, like I don't I don't what's the word? I don't hate any channel for getting to a point where they can make a living doing videos. Like that'd be great. I'd love to do that. I don't think I will though, but I'd love to do that personally. That'd be amazing. But also on the flip side, the pressure that you'd be under to make that viable would be unwieldy. So I don't think I'd be able to handle that. I don't think I would handle a 1 month being shit, 1 month being good kind of thing. Like the uncertainty of payments. I feel like the security I have in my job at the moment, where I know every week I'm getting this much money every Thursday, it's a. I think it can make things scary. The uncertainty thing, the uncertainty of it. But if I could earn a living and pay my bills by doing YouTube, would I? Yes, 100%. Like is that the death of my channel? I don't think so. If people like my content enough to watch it where I can make a living, that'd be great. But is it why I do it? No, not at all. It's not at all why I do it. But the problem with people, the problem with channels that go full time, is that then it becomes why they're doing it, right? You're chasing the money because you got to pay bills. So it does. I understand it does change perspectives. It does change the reason why people will be doing their doing shows. They will be chasing virality. They'll be chasing the views. They'll be chasing the money. Like I'm saying to myself, like one of my, I hate New Year's resolutions, but 2026, I'm gonna say to myself, I need to stop looking at YouTube analytics. I need to stop caring about views. I need just to start buckle down and just make videos that I want to make. Not that I'm not making videos that I want to make now. I am, but like I'm too. I guess like YouTube is kind of like it gets you suckered into all the numbers, and I don't want to be a part of that because it just makes me depressed. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Like I kind of understand what you mean. Like a channel does change when they're literally chasing the money. I get it, but I don't think it's the death of a channel. I think, sometimes a channel can thrive when they become big enough to actually really take risks and like do really cool shit. I think YouTube death had a huge reason for retro prices going up. Death, I don't know what that is. Yorkie says that Mel Jesus guy couldn't influence anything without his paid shields and sponsors. I guess that's fair enough, I guess. Dolan says, I would definitely say that influencer culture has inflated the market, as some are even paid to advertise indie games, and certain British YouTubers hyped a game up while sitting on a stack to sell. Maybe. Who knows? Access Area 6 says, I won't buy anything that Retro Ghetto is collecting. He's a big influencer. I don't know why he gets so many views, to be honest with you. Why does Retro Ghetto get so many views? Like, his videos are all the same. They're all the same. Some could say my videos are all the same. But, like, he's always overly happy. And I'm like, no one's that happy, man. Calm the fuck down. Like, you know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean? You know what I mean. Craig Collects, welcome to the stream. The sheep buy the PS3 essentials. I don't think. I don't know what that means. I mean, you buy the cheapest version, I suppose. Oh, that's where I am. Right. Yorkie says, "Save your money, Jason. The new Predator movie is arse. Say it right, Yorkie. You're English, not American, for fuck's sake." The android character does nothing but crack jokes every 5 minutes. I went today, wasted £25. Yeah, I've got Cineworld Unlimited, so I pay no money up front, so I might just use it while I've got it. So I'm probably still gonna go. I like to make up my own mind for things, like. I mean, fair enough. You didn't like it. That's cool. You're letting me know like it's not very good. That's fair. But I think based on the trailers, in my opinion, they look good. I like the franchise. So I'm just gonna make up my own mind on it. There's so many things. It's the same with games. There's so many games and films that I love that people hated when they came out. I know for a fact there's a lot of people that don't like Critters, but I love Critters. I keep knocking it and it keeps wobbling. Anyway. Yorkie says, never buy anything these big tubers talk about. They're inflating the markets for their own gains. Essentials spring to mind. Yeah, what is this about, Essentials? Because I remember Craig just said the sheep buy the PS3 Essentials. What, have they gone like super expensive or something? Because I swear the PS3 Essentials are kind of like not as kind of, they're a bit rarer than the Platinums, from what I understand. But I don't collect PS3. I've got a handful, so I don't really know much about the PS3 stuff. Oh man, like I said, also, man, I wanted to say thanks for the videos. You're doing a bang up job. Really enjoyed watching them. I normally comment. I usually change my name, but my last username wasn't Ninja. Thanks so much for the kind comment, man. Really do appreciate you watching. I appreciate everyone watching the videos, man. It's awesome. It keeps me kind of cheery during days where it's not very cheery, if you get what I mean. Like, you know, like when I get excited putting new videos out. I try to think of cool ideas to make videos about. Like I feel like the last video, I really am happy with that video. Games that I changed my mind on, because I feel like there's always going to be something where you revisit it and your opinion's changed, and that's allowed. You're allowed to do that, and it's great. It's great fun, just to revisit games that you didn't particularly like or you liked, and then you realise, oh, I don't like it now, or you do like it now. It's good. It's cool. Hello. Do you get any backlash calling out what games? I don't see why this is relevant, really. I just don't want to be preached to in video games. That's it. That's it's no slight against anyone in particular. Like it's no groups or nothing. It's literally me saying, keep all the social shit, keep that in real life. Don't put it in video games. And if you've noticed in the industry lately, the games that shovel that shit down your throat, they failed big time. No one wants it. Nobody wants it in games. That's why they fail. So it's not an attack on anybody. You know, it's not like, oh, this group of people are awful or this person's awful. It's literally, I don't play video games to be preached about social issues. I play video games to escape real life and enjoy myself. And when they're preaching all this stuff that I don't want to hear, then I don't want to play your video game. That's it. I don't know why you're bringing up this person and their missus. It's irrelevant comment, to be honest. People keep mentioning that virtual racing was a £100 game, as if that's some form of a justification for modern prices. It flopped and had additional hardware in the cart. Yeah, that's fair enough. It didn't sell, is what you're saying. At £100, it didn't sell. Simon says, could GTA cause some sort of crash because it's cost so much to make, and many people can't afford it? I've also heard it's only available on Xbox. Only available on Xbox? I've not heard that. I've not heard that. I'm sure it's coming out on PlayStation. It's got to come out on PlayStation, right? It can't just be Xbox only. That'd be really weird. Yoki says, Doom is an Xbox Studios title. All PlayStation games are on disc, not just for first party. Oh, okay, that's a bit weird then. Just the Xbox physical versions get fucking nerfed. That's a bit crap, isn't it? Don says, the game tank looks like hipster dross. To be fair, I guess so. I don't know what it is, so I'll take your word for it. Oh, what's the game tank? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Don brought it up. I ain't got a clue what it is. It sounds like some like weird kind of AI sloppy games console. Old Man Logan said, the point is, if it's your only source of income, it will be less about passion and more about what video. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. It becomes less about having fun and more about chasing numbers and views and money. And that's when it becomes a job, and that's when it becomes not fun, right? Yeah, I agree. Old Man Lucas also says, I know many channels that sell out, and I'm meant for me personally, they are dead. I'm just not interested in that. That's fair enough, man. You know, you can, like all of us, we can decide when we are no longer going to watch a channel. Like it's one of those things, right? There's loads of channels I used to watch I don't watch now. Loads. Sometimes I go back and go, oh, what they're doing there, and they're just not doing nothing because their viewership is just dwindled. Yoki said, I don't use YouTube Studio. I couldn't care if 10 people watch or 10 million. I just chuck videos out as a way to document my collection and just share it with like minded folk. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. I just like to see. I like to see the numbers sometimes. It makes me feel better. You know, it makes me feel good when I see like, oh yeah, this video's done 1,000 views or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, get in. You know, I don't know. I just numbers go up. It makes me feel happy. I guess in my own personal way. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Sorry. Deaf equals definitely. Okay. Cool. I should have known that, but I didn't. I'm a twat. I thought like when you put like YouTube deaf, I thought you meant it was like a channel for some reason. I don't know. I'm not with it this evening. Okay, Regular says it's because people want to make money out of games, so watch his videos in hopes to get some tips to resell, etc. Not for me. I agree. Don says the Game Tank is that new 8-bit console. I think it's just for beard strokers that drink 30% mead and wear responsibly sourced clothing. Another normal Yorkshireman. If you got free cinema pass, then fair play. I just wouldn't recommend the costs. That's fair enough, man. Like cinema, without it, I wouldn't be going to the cinema. Basically, you know, I pay what £12 a month, and I can go to as many times as I want. I barely go now with the unlimited pass. But yeah, I wouldn't be going to the cinema if I didn't have it. Maybe for select films, like when the new Godzilla film comes out, I will be going because I'm a massive Godzilla fan. So like certain films, I'm going, but you know, I have to really pick and choose what ones I go and see. Um, and Predator is one that I want to go and see, so I will go and see it. Um, Old Man Loco says, I am seeing the new Predator next week. Trailer looks good to me and my friends. Yeah, I thought we looked pretty cool. Yeah. Don says, I think Retro Getter was getting people to buy essentials. Yeah, but why? But for what reason? You know, when for a lot of people, I understand some people don't like the alternate releases like platinums or essentials or hits or whatever. So like, why would you buy a copy of a game that you don't want just because you think it's going to go up in price? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know what the essentials are. I just didn't reason why, whether they were going up in price or not, or why people would recommend buying them over the just the regular black label versions. Uh, Even if it's shit, it's a good day out with friends for some arcade and pool. Yeah, man, that's it. You know, a bad movie night is not always negative, right? There's some terrible movies that I absolutely adore, so I can't really talk. Literal Mogwai, welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate you joining. What's good, bro? Everything's good. It's all good, man. It's all good. I had a good day today, actually. Had a good day. Bednar23 says, I avoid Essentials Platinum games purely for the clean artwork on the case. Platinums don't bother me as much on PlayStation 1 because if it's significantly cheaper, I don't mind getting the cheaper alternative. But mostly for PS2, I black label all the way for PS2 for me. Jack Be Lucky, welcome to the stream. Brader Sun 90, welcome to the stream. Would recommend a game called The Hunt Down if you haven't played it. Yeah, I've heard about that game. I've heard it's meant to be pretty good, but I'm not the kind of person that's into kind of the almost like online stuff, and there seems like to be very much a social online game where you've got to hunt down a monster and then you're fighting over the spoils, so to speak, from what I've seen from that game. It looks really cool, but it's not really a game that I would really dabble in, if I'm honest. Bradison also says it's £3 on sale right now. A run and gun cyberpunk theme game. The Hunt Down. So maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Oops. I'll have a look. I'll have a look at it then, because I'm probably thinking of a completely different game. There's definitely a game with hunting the name that's like multiplayer. You go and hunt a beast and you kill the beast and you fighting over the spoils. That sounds cool. So yeah, maybe it's a different game. Let's have a look for that. Yorkie says, GTA only on Xbox is the best joke I've heard in for a long time. There's no way it's on Xbox only. There's no fucking way. Don says, Rockstar wouldn't limit it to one console. They'll make a Lego version for Switch if it makes them an extra 50p. Yeah. Definitely cool. MB says, if Critters were making a video game and hired you to make the game, how would you plan out? Would it be a 2D mashup or a 3D platformer or something else? Well, it would be terrible because I can't make video games. But we had this conversation a couple of streams ago on this channel, and we all agreed, who was ever in that chat back a few weeks ago, Beautiful Katamari would be the style of game. But instead of like collecting things to roll into a ball, you are the critter ball and you're eating everybody in sight. That'd be the game. I think it was Wayno. Was it Wayno, Private Wayno, that brought up the idea? Because it was the best idea. It was the best idea for a Critters game in the whole chat last time. So, yeah. Just think, Beautiful Katamari, but you're the critter ball and you're just eating everything for points and sustenance. I think Seth here agrees. This is Seth, by the way. I've given all my Crite friends names because I'm still a 6-year-old child at heart, right? So this is Seth. I want to get him a little chef hat because he's Seth the chef because he eats human flesh. Yes. What am I doing with my life, Jason? Yeah. So yeah, Beautiful Katamari would be the style of game because I think it just makes sense to me. Brother Sun 90 says, I thought Predator looked pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. But it's not going to be for everybody, is it? Like everything in life, if everything was made for everyone, it'd be pretty boring. MB says, Retro Ghetto collected all the PS3 Essential Red Spines for his collection, and they look sick on his shelf. I mean, that's cool. I wouldn't go out of my way to do that, to be honest. But I mean, each their own with collecting, right? If one person wants to do that, that's cool. Someone else might not want to, and that's also cool. Another one, I keep trying to say your full username, Wayne, and I keep falling over myself. I'm like falling down the stairs. I'm off to bed, guys. Falling asleep in my chair. Catch you all soon. Great live chat, Jason. Thanks for joining, Wayne. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Have a good sleep. And I'll speak to you soon, mate. Old Man Loco says, a lot of YouTubers who tell you to buy certain types of games, it's because they personally have a large collection of it and they are trying to inflate prices. Most likely, yes. Donald reaffirms this by saying exactly that, Loco. Brandon 90 says, haha, have a look, dude. Definitely not the game I was on about. Yeah, I realised this. When you said Cyberpunk game, I was like, oh wait. Yeah, not the game you're talking about at all. But there is a game similar, like with a similar name. It's probably why I got confused. Bed923 says, you may be thinking of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter. I don't think it's Monster Hunter. It's literally like an old western. It's first person, an old western kind of vibe, old west vibe. But you're I think it's like almost like it's PvP, so it's player versus player, and you're hunting a beast, and you're all kind of fighting to the first one to kill the beast wins the match, but you're also fighting over the spawns that the beasts give you. So it's like, I've only seen videos, but it looks really cool. It's not Monster Hunter. It might just be called The Hunt, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, Simon says, yeah, just Google GTA 6 and it's only available on PS5 and Xbox Series, and PC version won't be available on launch. They never get the PC versions out on launch. But the PC version will be the best version when it comes out, right? Because, of course, it will. Oh man, Loco says Hunt Down is like 16-bit inspired run and gun style. Oh, cool, man. I'll check it. I'll try and look it up. Donald says I actually made a Critters game on the ZX Spectrum. On the ZX Spectrum. Sorry, I'll be more British about this. Yes. It was awful. Touche. Sean Sheridan, welcome to the stream. Have you played Mafia Old Country yet? I have not, so I have not picked it up, but I will do at some points. Maybe when it's cheaper. I don't really want to pay £35 for it. I'll rather wait till it's about £15 because I'm a cheapskate. Way. Old Man Loco says, have you ever played the Horror Daymare games? I have them on PS4. I've not got around to playing them yet, so they are in the backlog. At some point, I will get to them, honestly. So yeah, I do have them, but I've just not played them yet. That's the game, Jack. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can see why I got confused because they were saying the game was called Hunt Down, the 16-bit run and gun, and this game is Hunt Showdown. So it's very similar. So you can see why I got confused. But yeah, that game looks cool. Both, you know, it looks cool. Sean Sheridan, going off topic. Chris is your favorite. You should know, of all people, right? You should know. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You wouldn't guess it, would you? There's two Krites next to me. You wouldn't guess it at all. MB says, playing my first playthrough Pokemon Emerald right now. That's cool, man. I'm not really a Pokemon guy, so I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope it's a good one. I've got nothing to say because I'm not really a Pokemon dude, so I don't know. Sean says GTA 6 delayed again. It is delayed again until November, unfortunately. Sean, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And with that being said, guys, I think it's time. Okay, more great. No, we won't go yet. I think Sean's only got here, so we'll stay for a bit. I will have to go to bed soon though because it's getting late. Sean says, "You ever buy a Switch 2?" I will not. Just strictly on principle. I had a Switch 1 and I never played it because the games were too expensive and I would want to get the games physically. And now it seems like they've basically put out the Switch 2, which is even more expensive, and the games for that are not even on the cart for one, and also not even well, more money, so to speak. I can't fucking talk today, guys. I'm off to bed, matey. Cheers, Donald. See you soon, mate. Take care. Have a good weekend. MB says, what was Leonardo DiCaprio's first movie? It was Critters 3, sir. You've missed the whole conversation. We were talking about this like ages ago. Yeah, Critters 3. His feature film debut. If I'm incorrect, then correct me. But I do believe it was Critters 3. Now, with that being said, I'm going to have to go to bed, guys. I'm going to have to leave you. I'm so sorry. But thank you to everybody that's still in the chat. Thank you for joining the stream. Very impromptu from me. I announced it like an hour before the stream. I announced I was going live, or maybe 2 hours before the stream, whatever. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining the impromptu stream. It's cool to chat about stuff, all sorts of shit. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, mateys.